Hi, and welcome back to the challenge. So for today's class, I'm going to recommend having a couple of blocks and also a strap. I've been really appreciating your guys' feedback and your comments. And one important comment that I got was about twisted triangle. And the question was like, this pose is so difficult. Is there any tricks to learning how to do this pose better? And it was so funny because just that day in my practice, I was thinking about how gnarly twisted triangle is and what I could do. And I came up with this great little variation. And then I read that comment, I was like, oh, this is perfect. So the reason I think twisted triangle is important, why I want to offer some more insight into it, is because the standing poses will really take you deeper into the practice. And we want to have a sense of mastery over the standing poses. We want to feel that the legs are doing what they should be doing, and the spine starts to develop some elasticity. I've got this idea from reading Light on Yoga by B.K.S. Iyengar, and specifically with twisted triangle, he said that this is going to take you into the forward bend practice, which then after the forward bend practice, all the back bends and all the advanced postures are being introduced. So if you really want to develop an advanced asana practice, then you need to master the standing poses. They need to all look how they should and feel like there's a sense of ease even though you're working when you're in that shape of how it should look. And how it should look, that's different for each body. But the lines of energy are what we're looking for. So I'm going to describe better the lines of energy today and also give you a few little techniques to get into the twisted triangle better. It will help your seated pose practice, and that's what we really want to eventually start to deepen. Let's begin. Lie down onto your back. Take your arms into a cactus position. Take your feet the width of your mat, and just empty before you begin. Then as you inhale, let your knees go over to the right and to the left. Come back to center. Knees to the left as you look to your right. Change sides. Change sides. Come back to center and take Baddha Konasana legs. Feel the lower back go into neutral, pelvis neutral. Tip the bottom ribs down, and as you inhale, slowly let the arms fall back without the bottom of the rib cage tipping up at all. And exhale, knuckles towards your feet. Inhale, arms reach back. Exhale, the knuckles towards the feet. One more. Inhale, the arms back. Exhale, back up. Then take your arms straight up. Bring the left leg up in the table as you slide your right heel out, but keep your hip bones equidistant from the shoulders and from the ceiling. Don't let them twist at all. Reach the left arm back and the right arm forward. Then grow your spine longer. And change sides. Slide the left leg as the right leg comes up. Stretch the arms. Change sides. Control from your core. Feel the abs turn on to stabilize the lumbar. Change sides. And hug your right knee into your chest. Change legs, hug your left knee in. So we keep coming back to this warm-up because I like it, and also because it's just going to give you insight as to how things are changing throughout the challenge. If you're getting better control of your muscles, if the shoulders are opening, if the hips are becoming more fluid. Roll over to your side. And I also think that these are really good diagnostic opening movements just to check in and feel what's going on with the body. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, round your back and look back. Inhale, arch your back, wheel the heart forward. Exhale to round. Inhale to arch. Come into neutral, slide the right leg back and the left arm forward. And lower down. Change sides. And lower. Change sides. And hold, lift the back leg up an inch. Then as you exhale, open to the side without your middle moving. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the side. Inhale to center. Lower your hand and your knee. Change sides. Lift the back leg an inch. Exhale to the side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the side. Inhale to center. Lower your hand and your knee. Then come up onto the knees and balance your rib cage in. Make sure it doesn't push forward at all while we're warming up the shoulders. As you exhale, bring the elbows in. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Then stretch the arms out. Rotate externally. Turn the thumbs back, biceps back. Rotate internally. Turn the thumbs down, biceps in. Rotate externally. Rotate internally. One more time. Then keep the internal rotation, make little inward circles with the arms, but keep pulling your spine longer and your arms even wider without straining in the neck or the jaw. Then turn the thumbs back and make little external circles. Then take your arms up like cactus arms, rotate externally, press back with the arms without the middle jumping forward, and then stretch the arms up. Bend the elbows out to the side, rotate externally, stretch the arms up. Bend the elbows back out to the side, rotate externally, stretch up, bend out to the side, and then bring your arms back down to your side. Last little warm up, we're gonna do arm circles. So one arm at a time, swinging the arm back up behind you and then into the midline. And then reverse the motion. And then come onto your hands and your knees. With your toes curled under, stretch your hips back towards your heels, and then spread out through your fingers. Grow from the underside of the arm all the way out through the fingers. And instead of how far down you go, see how long you can get through your side body. Let the head start to release down. Then come up onto your hands and your knees and keep that feeling of length as you start to stretch the hips up and back. Inhale into plank. Exhale into dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale into dog. Inhale into plank. Then lower yourself down onto the mat. Send your arms forward. Press the tops of the feet down, lift the inner knees. Then bend the elbows out to the side. Lift the hands up to shoulder height. Reach the elbows away from each other. Rotate the arms externally. Reach the arms straight back and expand the chest. Then place your hands next to your side ribs. Roll your heart forward. And then lower your heart. Come up onto your hands and your knees with your core strong. Stretch back into down dog. Walk your feet up to the front of your mat. Inhale, make a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back into plank. Hold in your plank, pull your right knee up, lift up, push the floor down. Inhale back. Exhale the left knee up, lift up. Inhale, reach back. Exhale the right knee up, lift up. Inhale, reach back. Exhale the left knee up, lift up. Inhale back. Lower onto your belly and slide your arms forward. Roll the outer shoulders down to the floor. Feel the space across the back of the neck. Get as long as you can. And then as you lengthen through the tip of the tail, lift the legs up just an inch. Bend the elbows out to the side. Lift the hands up to elbow height and spread the elbows. Then stretch both arms straight back behind you, heart open. Bring the hands next to your side ribs. Reach your heart forward. Then lower the chest, pull the navel up without sinking in your middle or the shoulders rounding. So watch my shoulders for a moment. Lift yourself up using your core strength and stabilizing using your back muscles. Stretch back into down dog. So really important that you can do that before you try a chaturanga. If your shoulders slouch forward, your body's not ready to do chaturanga yet. So whenever I say do the vinyasa, you should modify it. Walk your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back, plank pose. Pull your right knee up and round. Inhale it back. Left knee up. Lift. Inhale back. Right knee. Lift. Inhale back. Left knee. Lift. Inhale back. Lower down onto your belly and slide your arms forward. Then lift the legs up an inch, turn the thumbs up. And then see if you can lift the arms up an inch while rotating the outer shoulders down. Get longer. Bend the elbows out to the side. Reach the elbows away. Then externally rotate. Lift the wrist up higher. Stretch the arms straight back behind you, heart open. Then place the hands next to the side ribs. Lower the chest down a bit without the shoulders sinking. Push the knees down, navel in. Strong core to come up. Good, now let's practice just a little bit of chaturanga push-up, but with the knees down. So feel your shoulder blades broad on your back. Then, with the fingers turned out just slightly, we're gonna train the arms just a little bit different than a true chaturanga. We're gonna bend the elbows out to the side slightly instead of straight back. Lean the heart towards the floor. And then navel in, lift straight up. Slowly lower. Now it should look like there's a stick from your tailbone to your head. And then come back up. Middle in, lower slowly. It's hard to feel. So I recommend doing it in front of a mirror. If you can pause the video or something. Good, 40 more. No, I'm kidding, just 2 more. So if that is going horribly, like your shoulders are rounding, your middle sinking, whatever, no chaturanga. Just practice that, the knees down variation, until you start to get strong. Stretch back to down dog and raise your right leg up from the inner thigh. Then knee to chest, shift into plank. Step your foot all the way up by your thumb and lower your back knee down. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, bend elbows out to the side, heart open. Inhale, arms back up. Bring your hands down, curl your back toes, lift your back knee, and twist, take your right arm up. Bring your right hand down and step back into plank pose. Glide back into dog. Raise the left leg up from the inner thigh. Shift into plank, pull your knee up. Step your foot all the way up by your thumb and lower your back knee down. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, elbows to the side, open the chest. Inhale, reach back up. Bring your hands down, curl your back toes, lift your back knee, and twist. Take your left arm up. Bring your hand down and step back into plank pose. Let's practice our chaturanga push-ups again. So hands turn out slightly. Hands the width of the mat. Feel your spine as long as it can be without the ribs sticking out. And then bend the elbows to the side as you lower slow. Lean the heart and come back up. Inhale to lower. Exhale, strong core to come up. Two more times. Okay, good. Then lower onto your belly. Stretch your arms forward. Reach back to your toes, lengthen. Bend elbows out to the side, rotate externally. Hold the elbows up, reach the elbows away from each other. Arms straight back behind you, heart open. Then plant your hands next to your side ribs and roll up into cobra or up dog. And stretch back into down dog. Then from down dog, step your right foot all the way up in between your hands. Turn your back heel down. I recommend setting up a block, having that handy on the inside of your foot for today. Come up into warrior two. Then reach and put your hand down onto the inside. We normally go to the outside. But I was feeling in my practice that if you go to the inside of the foot, it's a little easier to access the back ankle line. So feel from your back ankle out to the crown of your head, there's a long line of energy. You're not hanging forward, you're not leaning back. Then come back up into warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Reach out and put your hand down on the outside, which is the classic way, but don't lean back to get onto the outside. Still keep lengthening right through the line of your back ankle or right big toe, like I'm pulling your head that way. Then bring your left hand down to the mat and step back, downward facing dog. Step your left foot up in between your hands. Turn your back heel down. Hug your left hip in to protect your lower back as you lift your belly, come up. Then reach and put your hand down onto the inside. Feel the length through the back ankle line as you take your arm over. Come back up. Then straighten your left leg and reach out into triangle. But as you put the hand on the outside of the foot, make sure you still stay long through the back ankle line, that you don't lean back. Then press into your feet and come up to stand. Bring your hands onto your hips. Roll your shoulders, elbows back, but knit the front ribs in as you do that. It's kind of limiting. You can't do it as much as you'd like. Then fold forward in between your legs, keeping the hands on the hips and the elbows pointing back. Set your fingertips down. Inhale, make a flat back. Exhale, walk the hands back, let your head drop. Then turn the hands around so the fingers point back and slide the hands back a little further. And then where's that strap at? Inhale into a flat back, come all the way up to stand. Then take your strap behind your back, and we're going to take the hands into the strap like this. So just above your wrists. Okay, now roll the shoulders, break out into the strap, but don't push your middle out to do it. Contain the front bottom ribs as you roll the shoulders open. Then start to fold forward in between your legs. And lengthen through your arms. And so you let the head drop. Then release that strap. Hook your big toes, heart forward. And exhale, bend the elbows. And then inhale into a flat back. Walk your hands around to the front of the mat. Left leg turns out. And step back into down dog. Then step your right foot up by your right thumb. Lower your back knee. Draw the skin of your belly up as you raise your left arm. And twist. Hook the elbow to the knee. Join your palms together. Then curl your back toes under. Keep your right hip on a track with your ankle as you lift your back leg up. Hands down to the mat. Step back into down dog. Step your left foot up by your left thumb. And lower your back knee. Inhale, raise your right arm up. Then turn your ribs and hook your elbow. Join the palms together. curl your back toes under and lift your back knee up. Bring your hands back down. Step back to down dog. Malasana practice, step your left foot to your left wrist, right foot to your right. Keeping the center of the heels grounded, start to lower the hips down, elbows on the insides of the knees. And then straighten your legs, fold forward. Inhale to a flat back. Bring your hands to your hips and come all the way up to stand. Okay, so we have to go over to a wall for this part. So we're going to take the toes up on the baseboard. Like if you don't have a baseboard, you just have to imagine you have a baseboard that's about this high. And then scoot your back leg back so you have a generous stance. The back foot's turned in like about 80 degrees. Okay, so this is all about getting into the back foot and connecting into the back leg line. So a lot of times I see people do yoga poses and they're like going as deep as they can, but their back foot is like this. I'm like, what's going on with your back? You're supposed to stretch your back leg and connect your back foot. Or like Parsvottanasana, they're like, then it's all crazy looking. So the back leg is like what helps the whole pose to lift and open. And it will educate. The front leg is going to steer you to your foundation pose, but the back leg is really going to educate the spine. Okay, so my front leg, knees pointing straight ahead, anchor into your back heel, and then start to lean yourself out. And then if possible, bring the elbows to the wall, and just keep reaching through the back heel into the floor as the middle lifts. So if this is a lot of stretch for the back leg calf, this is a pose you need to start working more to help to open up the calf so you can get the back heel connected. Then come back up and change sides. And come back up. Okay, now let's try the pose, the twisted triangle with the right foot forward and the left foot back. Raise your left arm as you inhale. My foot is about a foot and a few inches away from the wall. Then reach and put your hand into the wall. And then right hand on your hip. Feel the back heel connection again as you elongate your spine. And then really reach into the wall, feel the right outer hip draw up and back, and reach down through your right foot. If you really watch and feel, you could feel the fascia starting to loosen up and move with your muscle. Then see if you can maintain all that length as you bring your left hand onto your shin and take your right arm up. Come back up. How'd it go? Change sides. All right, so I step one foot forward, step the other foot back. Raise the arm up. I'm a little close. And then start to reach, land the hand in line with the big toe, and then start to turn. Still a little close on this side. Figure it out. So as you're twisting, this left outer hip draws up and back. Reach into the wall. Lengthen yourself. And grow the legs as tall and as long as you can. Reach through the 3 points in your feet. And then bring your hand down. And take your left arm up. Now you can also use a block instead of the shin. The shin is pretty difficult on balance. You could put a block right here onto the inside or outside of your shin. And then come back up. Good. Step up to the top of your mat. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into a flat back. Step back into down dog. Inhale into plank. Set your elbows down. Turn the thumbs up. Press the forearms down. Roll the outer shoulders back. Tuck the middle up. Grow the spine long. Then angle the left forearm in slightly. Roll open into a plank on your left forearm. Side plank. Change sides, bring your right elbow down. Take your left arm up. Bring your left elbow down. And hold. Roll the outer shoulders back. Walk your feet in, lift your hips up. Press those forearms down, roll the outer shoulders back, and lift. Don't let the shoulders sink. Like I got my knee in your upper back. Draw in as the hips go up. Then walk back into plank on your forearms. And let's go into Sphinx pose. Lower the hips down. Open up your chest. That was kind of hard. All right. Then stretch back into child's pose. Sit with your legs stretched out in front of you. So this, the twisted triangle would directly connect to our seated twist. I'm going to sit on a block to help you out a little and to help me out a little, to be honest. Hug the knee in as you sit tall. So it's the same thing. This outer hip releases and you have to connect into the length of your spine. This foot is active instead of just hanging lazy. And then twist. So the seated twist is actually more complex, which is why I don't often teach these. I don't teach as many seated poses in my group classes because people just tend to sink and like turn off the muscles in the spine. You have to work just as much as when you were standing. You have to feel the energy moving through the spine like when you were standing, but without straining, of course. Come back to center. Most seated twists just kind of look like this. They're sad. Come back. Change sides. Hug the left knee in. Sit up tall. Without straining or pushing the rib cage, wrap your arm around. Then come back to center. Have a seat in front of your block. Practice your Dandasana. Feel where your sit bones are. Let the inner front sit bones drop down. The tension in the groins, hip creases, like I put sandbags on them, let them drop. But then keep the feet active. And if possible, let the thighs drop all the way down. You can put a little bend in the knees if it helps you to be on the sit bones though. Feel the spine grow tall. Then take one arm forward and turn the hand like it's up against the wall with the thumb pointing up. Do the same with the other arm. Then raise that right arm all the way up and keep feeling the back of the spine tall as the left arm goes up. And you might be able to feel the fascia in the lower back, the fascial connections in the back, up through the arms. Let the back start to spread and open. And then bring your arms slowly back down. Should feel really good, that stretch, if you get into the traction right. And then Shavasana. Just relax. Then bend your knees and roll to your side. Press yourself up to seated. Thank you so much. Namaste. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment below because I love hearing from you and it helps me to shape the content that I'm going to be providing for you. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.